NRM can express themselves very clearly on matters which should be obvious to all. There is hope that this politics has not blinded us to a future which affects everybody. So, as we commemorate Kiza's 70th birthday, on the theme of courage and resilience, I think there's no better time for us to reflect on those two issues. In my case as Uganda People's Congress, and personally, there were a lot of decisions to be made as we came into this electoral period. Because unlike Kiza, Besigye, and Mugisha Muntu, they had a history with those in the regime. Dr. Besigye treated many of them, but I was wondering if they now have Akena in a basement. The person, the son of the person they went to fight, will I get the mercy which Mugisha Muntu will get? Will I be tolerated, although Kiza had stepped out? Will I even get that little consideration that, no, we are together, he saved my eye? They'll say, no, this is the son of the one who we went to. So I had to approach it differently. And I had to approach it with the full knowledge that where I am going, I may not come back. My Archbishop has declared he's not ready. Because he knows what is there, he knows what's behind the scene. In my case, I approached some of my brothers in Congress, including my brother Ocheno here. And I said, where I am going and what signs have been given to me, we must be together for the future of Congress. We must sit down for the future of Congress. Because in this struggle, some of us will fall. Not all of us who are standing here speaking today are going to reach that Uganda which we're hoping for. But there must be a remnant. There must be those who are ready to continue to pursue this vision, this hope. And that's what I hope we can gather from ourselves. Whatever the case, we must achieve that freedom. We must have a democracy in Uganda where we're respected even if we don't agree with each other. Where we must be able to speak, whether I like what you're saying, but you must have the freedom to say it. Where you have a dream for better Uganda, you must have a vision or opportunity to present that vision and let the people of Uganda be the judge. That's where we are. But right now, the fear, and there are those who are saying this regime is strong. I actually see the sovereignty bill as a sign that all is not well. That is a very clear sign that all is not well. Because when you break it down, and many of us were fighting it on the wrong side, when you break it down, where does NRM get their funds from? Where? Outside where? It's the taxpayers' money. It's the taxpayers' money. They just pick from there and no. If there's anywhere NRM is getting the money, let us see the tax returns, the businesses. We don't see it. This is straightforward taxpayers' money. And in the last parliament, in the process, the fear of the opposition. We went through a whole issue of NUP, why NUP should be defunded. NUP should be defunded. Fear. But the money which NUP is supposed to get from the taxpayer is limited compared to what NRM has been siphoning year after year after year. But we went through that amendment of the Political Parties and Organizations Act to deny NUP funds. Fear. That's not strength, that is fear. The small amount of money, fear. As UPC, IPOD were promised money, or this, I'll not say promised money, this is money which has been statutory money which the people of Uganda allocate to us by giving us the vote. Those who are represented in parliament have the right to this money. I know NRM say this is our money, it is not their money. This money is the money for the people of Uganda. And all of us, irrespective of our politics, must demand that this money works for the people of Uganda. So even if I walk in this issue where I may not reach the end of the day, at least I want to be strong enough to reach there. And if I find somebody who has died in a hospital because of lack of medicine, I'll be there and say, no, at least for us in UPC, we will never allow that to happen. We will never allow it to happen. Education budget which is disappearing, where the the greatest strength Uganda has is its people. We must invest in the people of Uganda. If we don't invest in the people of Uganda, who are we investing for? What are we doing it for? We're getting Busitama 10%. 10% staffing. The hospitals, there's no hospital, I think, which has 30% staffing. What are we doing and who are we doing it for if we're not doing it for the citizens of Uganda? So as for me, Jimmy Akena and UPC, I hope we're going to stand this ground. And if I fall on the way, I ask those who remain to continue and don't tear each other down. Let's be focused. Right now, I am seeing the opportunity is clear because NRM has this money, but they're still fearing. Every problem which comes, they throw money, but it's not solved. So right now, you're fearing little money from out will disorganize them. So we must pick up the pressure. Let us speak. I don't have guns. I'm not going to a bush. I'm only going to use my mouth, my mind, and communicate the ideas of freedom to the people of Uganda. Exile has taught me things which you don't ordinarily will not learn. But I must raise this one here. The recent trade order, that one hurt. It didn't appreciate that there are people who are struggling with life day in, day out. One side where I must thank Dr. Kiza, during walk to work, I opted to ride to work. And I did it consistently for 8 months. But in that process, I learned another side of what the people of Uganda are going through. All of us have our border guys. We rely on border for this, border for that. How many of you know how much your border is paying as interest? The interest rate which the people of Uganda are going through is as if we don't have a government, or at least the government does not care about its citizens. And then now you find people who are struggling, they have the whole thing broken up, and then government says, we are going to plan. When are you planning? You organize first before you disorganize. You first prepare where you're going to take people before you remove them. Because you're disrupting. How many widows are there? How many orphans are surviving? How many school fees are being paid through this issue? Let us have a government that cares for its people. And that's the government we must fight for. All of us, irrespective of where we stand, what our politics is, at the end of the day, the people of Uganda must benefit. So I am here to honor the father, the daddy of the struggle. There are those who want to be called, there are those who want to be named, but Dr. Kiza Besigye represented by being there, by being courageous and being resilient when it was most needed. So I take this opportunity on behalf of Uganda People's Congress and on my own behalf to thank Kiza for the struggle and what the inspiration he has given us to continue on that struggle irrespective of what comes out of it.